Hello, everyone. We're so excited to share with you all that we've learned about how to ensure that early literacy is a focus across our college. My name is Jennifer Bryson. I'm a faculty member at BU's Wheelock College of Education and Human Development. I'm the program director for elementary education, and I'm the special director for early literacy initiatives.
Hi, everyone. Nice to see you. My name is Ryan Lovell, and I'm the Assistant Dean for Academic Affairs and Director of Professional Preparation here at BU Wheelock. What that'll be helpful to start off is give a little bit of history. The Wheelock College of Education and Human Development at Boston University was formed in 2018 from the merger of the School of Education, SED, at BU and Wheelock College. Both SED and Wheelock offered programs in early childhood, elementary, and moderate disabilities. Both institutions last underwent formal program approval from DESE in 2015. All programs are up for reapproval from DESE this academic year, 25-26. Wheelock made the decision to sunset most of our undergraduate licensure programs beginning in 2019. We still have our post-baccalaureate programs, the programs under the focus of the early literacy, moderate disabilities, pre-K through 8, initial post-baccalaureate, had 22 completers over the past 3 years, early childhood, pre-K through 2, initial post-baccalaureate, 31 completers, and elementary initial post-baccalaureate, 21 completers over the past 3 years. In starting this work, we had a college representative representing on the Early Literacy Guidelines Working Group. We underwent early literacy formative review with the organization TPI US in spring of 2023. Piloted the early literacy observation protocol in academic year 23-24 in elementary education and the early childhood program. We had a college representative on the early literacy PLC cohort 1. And scaling up, what did this look like? We had elementary education, early childhood education, special education, reading education, literacy, and multilingual learner education.
So, one way we thought to go about this was to basically get everyone together in one space. And so we created the summer retreat in 2023. This provided faculty members across many programs exposure to the early literacy guidelines, the observation protocol, and to start working on course alignment. Through this work, we created a shared literacy framework. We're going to talk to you today about how this came about and why it was so important to the work we did. We'll share with you the importance of inclusion of our deaf education program in the shared literacy framework. And finally, course alignment and addition of a foundational literacy course across all programs.
Our challenge: how do we collectively and consistently improve early literacy preparation and practices across early childhood, elementary, and moderate disabilities while meeting new state standards and maintaining unique program identities and autonomies? How do we align our programs to the new professional standards for teachers, new early literacy initiatives, and prepare for a next formal review from DESE all in the same academic year? Another key question was who should lead this work? The logical answer was a longtime faculty and program director for elementary education, reading specialist, and a former program director for reading education. She's able to draw on relationships across faculty and college leadership to bring programs together to begin reviewing early literacy initiatives across Wheelock. We came up with a new title that would recognize this work and expertise, be able to work across programs to illustrate the importance of early literacy, Special Director for Early Literacy Initiatives.
Our goal at BU, as was the goal across the state, was to support our pre-service educators to gain knowledge of literacy development and to skillfully implement evidence-based, inclusive, culturally responsive practices using high-quality instructional materials and assessments. After reviewing the early literacy guidelines internally, we set out to organize and connect literacy faculty across 2 departments and 6 programs. We're presenting this to you in a set of 7 steps that we used to organize our efforts and connect our faculty around this shared goal. We tried to create a systematic approach that felt manageable to faculty and inviting to faculty. This was a combination of top-down and bottom-up approach. Once we established the retreat, I began by introducing the faculty to the early literacy guidelines and a first look at the early literacy crosswalk. We broke up into groups and reviewed the guide with the prompts, "I'm noticing" and "I'm wondering." This was obviously not new content, and we were fairly certain that we didn't have many gaps, but this retreat provided us an opportunity to unpack and discuss the course content across our programs and how we were all envisioning the early literacy guidelines. Following this initial scan of the guidelines, we began to break up into groups to discuss the role of early literacy in each of the programs. Now at BU, we have many programs across 4 departments. Many programs may not work across departments. Literacy is different. We have elementary ed, early childhood and special education, and English education in the teaching and learning department. But we are served by the literacy program in the literacy and language department. This poses communication challenges since we're often not in shared spaces. These guidelines provided the perfect opportunity to bridge our departments. Now, in step 4, we began to map our courses onto the crosswalk mapping tool. We completed this task as best we could, and then shared our "we have it" or "it's missing" map. This is where the deep discussions began. We moved from course mapping to theoretical framework discussions about what we believe about literacy, what we know the research says, where the active view of reading might sit, where Goldie Muhammad's work of joy and criticality could be seen in these guidelines. It felt like we were derailed for a bit, but I then realized that we would need to do this deeper work to create a shared framework of understanding if we were going to be able to pursue the guideline mapping. What began as a retreat to review and map the guidelines shifted to a retreat to partner and create a shared literacy framework. This was not a quick and easy thing, but it has served as the foundation for the curricular changes we have undergone as we prepare our students to be proficient literacy teachers. Here, you can see our literacy framework. It went through many revisions, and we do feel that it embodies the perspectives across both departments and all of our programs at BU Wheelock. Based on our shared literacy framework, initial completion of the crosswalk, we decided to add a foundational literacy skills course. We are still working on ensuring that our teaching of the reading course LR 551 and SE 580, the new foundational literacy skills course, are covering different levels of proficiency, with LR 551 acting as an introduction to all domains of literacy and SE 580 providing deep practice and opportunities to demonstrate proficiency. Prior to our more recent retreat, our programs were working through Google Docs to communicate about changes, questions we had for our colleagues, sharing of syllabi, and a tremendous amount of work and revision utilizing the crosswalk tool. In early January, we came together to discuss the finalized crosswalks for elementary and special education and early childhood. I had highlighted areas that required some additional discussion, such as the placement of handwriting, which was a small gap for us.
Next steps. We submitted the early literacy crosswalk in January and are currently in the process of undergoing early literacy observations that DESE is doing. That's going on this fall. We continue to submit program revisions to academic affairs committees, and we continue to review syllabi, conducting our own internal review as we are undergoing the formal review with DESE this fall, 2025.
And we just like to say thank you. Thank you for listening. We hope that this was helpful. to you, to your faculty members as you begin this work together, or perhaps you're in the process of it. And Ryan and I are both here if you have any questions, our names and our emails. So feel free to reach out if there's anything we can do to support you as you also work on embedding the early literacy guidelines at your institution.
Thank you, everyone.